Oh man. So yeah, we're gonna get right into this, man. The woman that you are seeing in that overlay there is a woman named Melissa Mercado. And the reason why she is trending is because she is a detective in the NYPD, but she also is somebody who appeared in a rap video as a stripper, busting it wide open in this rap video. And so, people have an issue with it. Like they feel like it sends the wrong message because she's a cop, she's a member of law enforcement, she's a detective, but here she is busting it wide open as a stripper in this rap video. Now, bro, did you watch the video? Have you seen the video?
I saw the parts I needed to see.
She looks like she looks like she's too good at that to just
Oh
be
no, yeah,
to
that wasn't
just
her first time doing that.
yeah, to just be some random civilian who was in a music video.
Yeah,
Like,
oh no,
yeah, no, she looks like she
she
has
was
some
real
experience.
comfortable up there.
Yeah, there's some experience here going on. So this says you have the right to remain lusty. NYPD cop bashed for raunchy video.
Damn.
By day, Melissa Mercado conducts strip searches for the NYPD, but by night she transforms into a striptease if you let the boys in blue tell it. According to the New York Post, Mercado is facing backlash after a music video she appears in has gone viral. But Vibe, what's the issue? You, the reader, asks. Well, it turns out that the 7-year veteran on the force is seen in the video committing the most heinous crime ever: pole dancing. The cop appears alongside rapper Esquire in his visuals for a song called Doing That, gyrating, twerking, and touching her body while twirling on a pole in a club. Choir occasionally tosses money at the police officer, with other scenes finding the artist rapping about what he would love to do with the voluptuous multi hyphenate. So those are lyrics from the song. I'm not going to read those. I'm also not going to play the video because this video will probably get flagged if I did. But the link to the link to this article is in the description, so you can check out the video if you want. The NYPD told the outlet that they found the veteran cop's behavior alarming. One unnamed officer felt that the curvy woman's actions were disgusting, saying, "I have no words." Mercado, who allegedly makes $144,000 a year as a grade 3 detective on the Bronx Special Victims Unit, doesn't wear any police garb in the music video. However, that didn't stop her co-workers and peers from laying down the firm glare of judgment. There's a line of thinking that what you do off duty, you do off duty, retired NYPD Special Victims Division Chief Michael Osgood said. But I think this conduct is unbecoming of a police officer. I find it wrong morally if you're a special victims detective. But some officers in the force asserted that whatever Mercado has going on outside of the precinct is her business. Some members of the police union opine that what she's doing really has nothing to do with her as an employee, as an NYC detective. And while this swath of the unit doesn't care, they caution Mercado to move accordingly if she is doing this side gig for cash. If she is performing for money, if she has a side gig, the job would want to know about that, another source said. The member would be obligated to file an off duty employment application. I would say nothing she does in the video is the department's business. Regardless, it is an interesting story. Like, imagine how different the world would be if police officers had the same energy for, say, the NYPD killing hundreds of civilian complaints, accusing the Department of misconduct. Imagine blah blah blah. So that's the writer of this article going SJW, going woke. The writer of this article went straight woke here at certain points. Well, anyway, watch Esquire's doing that video starring Melissa Mercado above. No, let's not watch that. So, what do you think? Do you think the backlash that she is getting for this is justified? Do you think she has the right to do this because what she does off duty is her business? Like, where do you end on that
um, you kind of want your detectives to be professional. If this was just a regular beat cop, it'd be like, But when you make detective, man, I think that's like something. at least from the TV shows when they say officer and it's like detectives. It means a little bit more. They went through a little bit more stuff. 7-year veteran. You would expect more professionalism, I would say, but I'm pretty sure you can see that BBL in the uniform. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody knows what's going on. And if she's just a regular plainclothes detective, all right, I'm pretty sure people can just see it like that too. So I think everybody knew what she was working with. Even in this picture with her academy picture here, she's got the lip fillers in, she's got the eyelashes popping. She's not playing around on a regular day, I would say. So honestly, I don't think too many people in the force themselves, even though they claiming that they were surprised. I'm pretty sure they were surprised to actually see all that booty clapping going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think they were surprised that it was this young lady here. And they say 144,000 allegedly, but that's in New York, so you got to
Right.
adjust for their inflation. So
Right. And their
that's probably,
taxes too.
yeah, so that's probably like 80K or something like that.
Yeah.
So still a decent chunk of change, but that's not enough in New York's economy. So she clearly has to have a side hustle. So this looks like she's got a second career. If the department wants to get a little funny with it, but I think you would rather have that NYPD pension. I think you'd rather have that going on than booty clapping BBL model and World Star videos. Everybody's got their own little thing going on, man. Everybody has their dreams apparently, and her dream was to always be a video vixen, whether she was in law or not. So where am I on this? Do I think she needs to be getting backlash? I don't know about backlash. To me, this is more humorous of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
That even police detectives are BBL'd up, collagen lipped up, Botoxed up, and clapping ass on World Star. That's where we're at in 2025. So to me, this is more signs of the times, irony, Boondocks, Chappelle Show skit type of thing than actual reality. So am I upset that she does this when she clocks out? No, I'm not upset about it. I just think it's hella weird, but this is the times that we're in. But what are your thoughts, sir, on the BBL cop out here, clapping it up on World Star of all places?
Yeah, this would have offended me 2 or 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. But now I'm just like, yeah, this is the way it works, man. Mm-hmm. I'm not. She's a special victims detective.
Oh shit.
I've seen that show, Law and Order SVU. Yeah.
Oh
so
man.
Like imagine if Detective Benson is a like imagine that. Like you find out that Detective Benson on Law and Order SVU is busting it wide open at the strip club.
Yeah,
I'd be a little weird. I'd be a little weirded out by that. She's running around apprehending all of these, violent sex offenders. Yet at night, she's, getting money thrown at her by people who are more likely than not sex offenders.
I mean, she was undercover, right? Is that what this was?
The irony of that, the irony of that. No, I'm not offended because this is the way the world is, as you said. I've said oftentimes, many times on this channel before, there is an aggressive mainstreaming and normalization of female hypersexualization. Mm-hmm. Not just here, but in the world at large. Unless we're talking about conservative societies. Any sort of free society, there is an aggressive mainstreaming of hyper female sexualization. Now, that's not to say hyper female sexualization hasn't always existed, because it has. But the difference nowadays is it's being mainstreamed and normalized very aggressively. And so I brought up my nephew, and I'll bring him up again. You know, my nephew's 15. He turned 16 this May. And you know, I said, man, you know, my nephew, he's, you know, I think he's Gen Alpha. I think that's his generation.
Oh shoot.
I think is he I think he might be 14. He's either 14 or 15. Either way, though, I think he's like Gen Alpha, you know, and because I think he was born in 2005. So I've always said, like, I'm fearful for him because due to my sensibilities, I don't know how I would be able to live in a world where I would have to essentially, you know, anticipate that any girl that I might be dating or hanging out with or going out with at one point or another either is or was a sex worker or sex worker adjacent. You know, like my nephew, like my nephew's living in a world where there's a very decent possibility that any little girl that he goes out with, hangs out with, or dates is busting it wide open on Instagram. Has over 100,000 followers because she's always leveraging her body and her looks on social media, and he's just going to have to take that. He's just going to have to accept it because he's a part of the generation in which the normalization of female hypersexualization is firmly entrenched. So, in saying that, it is entirely possible that a lot of women today who work regular day jobs are also masquerading as sex workers.
Yeah, masquerading. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a normal thing. Like, it is what it is, you know, like, yeah, you can't really be offended by it anymore because, hey, that's just the next hustle is these chicks being sex workers, and it's just normal, nothing to be shamed over because it just is that. You know, like we used to look at it like, okay, if you're doing something on the side to pay a couple bills, maybe you strip here and there or whatever. But no, this is just a full on, hey, I do this and it's fun and I love it and I'm liberated for it. You know, OnlyFans, stripping, doing actual sex work, it all goes hand in hand. And I think whereas before it was all kind of hush hush, don't ask, don't tell, I do the best job that I can to conceal that I am doing this by night because the real true representation of myself is what I do by day. And I am merely doing this by night out of necessity. No, now it's I do this by night and it's a part of who I am as well. like this what I do, this my Instagram modeling, my sex work, my physical leveraging, my hypersexualization is just as much a part of my identity as what I do during the day. And the reason why that's okay is because our society, via the hypersexualization normalization, has dictated that it's okay. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what? More power to her. Go ahead and do this in your music videos while also being a cop. Why not? Because that's where we are. I'm pretty sure there's mad chicks who are doctors and attorneys who also have OnlyFans.
Or them nurses.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. They got OnlyFans and they're doing this, and it is what it is. You know, not too long ago, I remember we did a topic where there was a woman who does OnlyFans, and she pulled up to the school of her toddler child. Because she takes her kid to and from school, and she had her OnlyFans advertised on her phone.
Yeah.
And the school had an issue with it. The school was like, "Hey, that's not appropriate. We have policies against this. So if you're going to insist on bringing your kid to and from school, you're going to have to drop them off across the street or make other arrangements because this infringes on our guidelines when it comes to appropriateness, when it comes to conduct." And she was outraged because she felt like that was, you know, impairing her.
Of course.
Right. And the only reason why you would feel like the school has no grounds to do that to you is if you are so desensitized to what you do that you feel as though it's so normal and mundane that it's not a big deal that I'm taking my toddler kid to school and advertising this.
Correct.
So she probably looks at the world through the same lenses. This is so non-consequential to me. And mind you, I don't even know, I don't know what else she does. This is all we've seen is this music video thing. But again, she seems so in her element. She seems so in her element in that video that I highly
Yeah.
doubt this is the first time that she's done stuff like this. So she probably looks at the world through the same lens, which is this is so normal and typical for me that the idea that this would be inappropriate wouldn't even cross my mind. And that's where we are in the world. That this is no longer something like this. You're not really living a dual lifestyle. You're not. This is no longer a duality.
Mhm.
Sex worker by night, 9 to 5 by day. That used to be a duality, almost like there's two different people. No, it's no longer a duality. It's just like,
No.
no, it's like my part-time job. It's like I
Right.
said, it's like looking at it like this is no like when I used to be a cook at a restaurant, someone asked me, "Oh, you got a part-time job?" Yeah, I cook on the side as my second job.
Mhm.
It's the same kind of dynamic at play, I feel.
Mhm.
Oh, you're a nurse. Oh, okay, that's cool. You have any other kind of side gigs? You have a part-time job? Oh, yeah, I do sex work.
You're right.
And it's no big deal. So this desensitization to this is due to the hypersexualization of women nowadays. And
Yeah.
like I said last week, it's taken on a new form because the women are dictating their hypersexualization.
Mhm.
So no one's making her do this. She's doing it willingly because
Right.
she lives in a world where her hypersexualization is
Value.
so normalized that you don't even give it a second thought.
Mhm.
Like the idea that it might be inappropriate juxtaposed to what she does during the day doesn't even cross her mind.
Insane.
It is what it is. They ain't offended. I'm not offended, but trust me, I see it for what it is.
Hey, man. And I said on here before a couple times, man. I judge a book by its cover. And then if I crack the book open and I see it's different, then so be it. But living life, bro, I am going to judge books by its cover. So if there's dinosaurs on the cover, I'm gonna assume this book is about dinosaurs or anthropology. I'm not gonna think it's about the weather. But that's what these girls want me to think. When she's walking around here with her collagen lips, her Botox face, those eyelashes, and a BBL to boot. I'm pretty sure the boobs got done too. And when she's walking around like this during the day on her day job, I'm supposed to think she's just doing this to just be in a cop uniform. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, like you say, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if doctors. I know for sure. I done seen some BBL nurses before.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they be all on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? What's that word? Gallivanting.
Yeah.
And they all over the damn. They're not travel nurses, but they all over the damn world. And it's like, hey, man, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, these BBL nurses, they're probably doing their thing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so, if you will, a woman that's walking around here with all of this augmentation on her face is no different than a young dude where you see a whole bunch of tattoos on his face. And he's walking down the street and he's got, you know what I'm saying? He work at McDonald's and, he got a cross in the middle of his forehead and tears on his cheek and all this other stuff going on. It's like, okay, yeah, now I know you work at Walmart. I know you work here at McDonald's, but you do other things at night for your side hustle. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we're getting at now, where it's like, hey, man, why do you have that BBL for real? What's the story behind that? Because that's like it's kind of like an indicator. I know women just get BBLs to stay at home, I guess, but I think that BBL it's a sign of it's a potential sign of a lifestyle that comes with it. So yeah, man, these ladies are showing, they're showing themselves. So not all women go get BBLs. And just like how you spoke on your nephew, bro, I understand that's your concern, but I'm gonna speak life to this young man, and he's gonna find a girl that you know what I'm saying, that she's just down to earth and regular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I understand your concern, bro, because trust me, bro, I've dealt with adjacent before, and I ain't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's the prevalence. That's what concerns me, is the prevalence of it. It's the increased statistical likelihood.
Hey, man,
That's what makes me uncomfortable.
it's crazy business, bro. Last little thing, bro. And just to speak on Walmart, bro, it was a dude that worked at Walmart. Old man, you know what I'm saying? And there were girls in Walmart, bro. Just you know what I'm saying? I found out that he was helping them pay their rent. Yeah, and that qualifies as ex work, don't it?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So he was helping them girls pay their rent. So he was getting off, bro. And he'll shoot them $200 there, $300 there. And I'm like, what? And you know what I'm saying? He was a little crusty too, bro, but he was getting it in. And it was more than one. So I was like, hey man, it's a hell of a world we live in, bro. So y'all be safe out there, y'all. Oh man. Y'all be safe, man. And shout out to Officer, what's her name?
Melissa Mercado.
Mercado. Shout out to Officer Mercado. You know what I'm saying? Get that bag, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Some tells me she was living a dream when she was in that video.
Yeah, man. Esquire, man. I listened to that song, bro. I was like, come on, bro. And then when you scroll World Star, when y'all go look for this video, y'all scroll World Star, you'll see, I don't know, 100,000, 10,000 for this. But you come across that video, it's like 2.3 million or 3. Everybody done ran across this foolishness, man.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but that's where we are, man. This stuff is just like a job. That was another day in the office for her. And when a lot of these women are being sex worker adjacent, if not all out sex workers, it's just another day on the job.
Be safe, y'all. Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Shouts out to my nephew Nigel Omar Jr.
Yeah.